Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 305 Insights. This episode is going to be Eric's subject of the week. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff that we've kind of trained you guys on at this point, but we'll reiterate every single episode. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy this one.
And welcome back. All right, guys. So, topic I want to go over since we're kind of wrapping up the off season, going into the draft, looking at the moves that's happened in free agencies. I wanted to get your guys' insight of what do you think the best in-division rival is eye-appealing to you guys going into the season. So, I'd like to start things off. The division I am extremely intrigued into watching, obviously, except for the AFC East, is the AFC North.
The North.
The North! So,
The North remembers.
we've already talked about Justin Fields and all the moves that the Steelers have done. They're
Let Russ cook.
I think that their moves that they made this offseason is the perfect definition of reload.
No, we're not going to that reference.
We're not
second podcast.
But what's intriguing is the Ravens. After the
Whoa,
wait a minute.
Brought to you by
after the success that they've had last season with Lamar Jackson having that more air-rated offense, even though that kind of ended their season.
The ability to have more.
Yeah, the ability
yes.
to have that. It's a matchup that intrigues me the most. A lot of storyline going into it as well. If you look at it with the Steelers' perspective of, is Russ going to cook? And if he's not cooking, get him out of the kitchen. Because you know who you know who belongs in that field? Justin Fields.
Delivery was impeccable.
Yeah, I know. That was a little rough. It better got out, all right? I got to the end.
But Michael Scott deliveries are wrong, butchered it.
But with the moves that the Steelers did through the offseason, not only just filling that need at the quarterback position, because especially after Kenny Pickett's going to the Eagles, having that running back, having the tight end, having another weapon now coming into the season, I think that's going to be one heck of a division rival going into it. And obviously, both teams are playoff potential. Want to get your guys' feedback on that one.
Yeah, so I think that's a good one because there's too much unknown, I would say, with the Bengals. What's going to happen with Higgins? What's going to happen with Joe Burrow coming back without Joe Mixon, two of his weapons? What's going to happen with the Browns with year 3 of the Deshaun Watson guaranteed experience? Even though, again, they got Jerry Jeudy. They're trying to go all in on this offense. Yep. I think they have the most expensive offense, and if
you look at it on paper, it's a pretty good
Jeudy,
Cooper. Good offense.
Isn't what's the name coming back this year from injury too?
Chubb?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeudy,
they're gonna have
Chubb, Cooper,
Njoku. Overall, the division is very intriguing. The AFC
no, but that's what I'm saying. There's too much questions with the Browns. Like, is Deshaun going to stay healthy? Like we talked about in one of the previous podcasts, if the Ravens fall off, or if I don't want to say fall off. Okay, even if they do fall off, they're still going to be one of the best teams.
Yes. They're going to be a high-seeded playoff.
Like, if the Ravens don't win 10 games this season,
fail.
Like, Harbaugh's getting fired.
Oh, yes. I like that.
Like that, and that's like...
You heard it here first.
That's 10-7. Like, if they win anything, I would
actually say... Are you willing to put money on that?
Brought to you by Draft. No, but yeah. So I think that's a good one. So I mean,
what about you, Miguel? What's your thoughts on the AFC North and the Steelers and the Ravens going at it? Are you intrigued on that matchup?
Quite frankly, I don't care. No.
If not, I would like to know your.
I think out of all the divisions in the AFC, that one probably would be the most intriguing because Pittsburgh did upgrade their team overall with the moves they made, and they finished last year 10-7. So, how much more better can they be with two better quarterbacks? So that just begs the question that the games that they lost, the winnable games that they could have won when they lost, now they have a quarterback, two quarterbacks that can
if that's the floor last year,
push them over.
Yeah.
So it's
now if they're not successful, that buys another year for Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin's not going.
He's not going anywhere. He's like the Eric Spoelstra of the football league.
Not that guy.
Eric Spoelstra's been with the Heat for what? How many years already? 15?
Got the bag after the divorce too. Thank you, Miami.
Shout out.
But I kind of like Cleveland this year in that division.
Ooh.
And I think Baltimore takes a step back.
Ooh. We got two. Is that two hot takes?
Is
that two hot takes in under 5 minutes?
Let's clarify that because again, like what I said, like if Baltimore steps back, they're still
going to be a really good team. Credit for your hot take.
No, but I want to see like how like when you say you take a step. Well, I said first. When you say but when you say take a step back, like does that mean they lose?
They don't make it to the playoffs.
Like
is that what you're saying?
They won 14 games, right? They won 14-3.
Yeah, I think so.
13.
Like so,
13.
13-4.
13-4.
So okay, so step back, they're 11-6.
I think step back, you don't make the playoffs. You don't win the division.
Yeah,
that's their standard now. They have to win the division.
Yeah, the Raiders have been winning the division the past 3 seasons?
I think
4.
No, I think what's it called? Didn't they win it one year? The Bengals.
Oh no, the Bengals
when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But other than that,
that's when Lamar was injured for.
I think I see the Browns winning the division. That's just my opinion.
Wow, that's a hot take. I know a hot take when I hear one.
The only bad thing about the Browns this year is that they don't have a first-round pick, and they're going to be missing out on very good value players.
So to win it now.
To help them and win now, but that's their fault for trading their first-round picks. But, you know.
I mean, they're going all in on the offense, like you said. Like,
So now that we've gone over that, right? Another division rival matchup that I do like.
Don't steal mine.
Go ahead.
All right.
I do want to hear yours. Yeah.
All right. The one that intrigues me the most, and you got to hear me out.
Oh God. Here we go. We have
the New York Jets.
Oh,
I knew it.
Versus the Buffalo Bills.
What?
That is a matchup that the fight for the division.
Oh, the Dolphins
that intrigues me the most in the sense that
two better quarterbacks of the division. That's all.
And again, hypothetically, this is like how Miguel's saying the Browns are going to do good this year. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, the Jets are going to be an incredibly dangerous team. Ooh. Because you signed what's his name, Smith from the Cowboys, the tackle. No, the Tyron Smith, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the incentive-laden deal, so it doesn't really cost you. Like I think it's like $8 million, but it might cost him $20 million. And if it does cost him $20 million, that means they're having a really good season with him. You have
and they're pick number 10 this year.
You got pick number 10. Thank you. You got Mike Williams.
Mike who?
You got Garrett Wilson. You got.
That's right, Mike Williams.
Yeah. You got Breece Hall at running back, who has the running back room to himself now. You don't have Dalvin Cook there. You've got that defense. Well, they did lose that defensive end but they got what's his name, Reddick. From
yes,
they basically traded the young defensive end that they had
with a little more
for Hassan Reddick. That is a championship level defense. I think we can all agree on that. So there's a lot of I think you just reboot the intrigue with the Jets this year.
Ooh.
They went 7-10 with no quarterback.
Then you had the Bills.
And then you had the Bills,
which
where
very intriguing.
It's a completely different season now because this is year one of Josh Allen's cap hit. And you started to see how much it's affecting them, but how many people they had to cut the safety that the Dolphins signed.
They've lost so many players.
They lost one of their top cornerbacks to Darius White.
To Darius White, yeah.
Yes.
They lost.
You lost him.
Do you know where he went?
off the top of my head, no.
Can't remember.
We're on it, Dan.
Look it up.
Are you going to keep? You lost Gabe Davis.
Well, it's not. Yes,
it's still a weapon though.
Yeah, it's a weapon.
However ineffectively that they used him and Stephon Diggs in the second half of the season, like
he went to the Rams.
Really?
Ooh,
that's not surprising. Rams always get like these toward the end of their prime guys that it's just name value. But speaking of the Rams, how about that? Aaron Donald.
Stop it. If how you're saying they're gonna be in terms of like how you were calling it last year. The way they started the year, if that's any sense of how they're going to be going forward, then it's going to be this year. They're going to fall off. If that's how any indication of how they started last year.
Bills. We've been watching the Bills.
It's like the battle
they're going to fall off this year.
But it's the battle of expectations. Like who's going to? That's why it's intriguing to me. Who's going to crumble?
There's a sense of indication though, because I think they got super lucky. They got super lucky when they had the losing streak in the beginning of the year, and then the way they finished the end of the year, I think they were considerably lucky, and they should have never. Well, for reasons we don't want to talk about, but they should have never won the division.
Yes.
So, I don't think they're going to be 11-6 this year, and I think they'll be better than the Jets.
I feel a hot take.
They won't be better than the Jets.
Getting hot over here. I feel a hot take coming out of me.
Oh,
so again, I'm not saying that these guys are going to be division winners. The reason why, to me, it's most intriguing because whoever loses that series, I think is going to be third in the division.
See this. Oh, so do you have the Dolphins winning or you have the Jets winning?
I have the Dolphins winning the division. Ooh. This is a battle.
This is a three-way battle.
Wait. If they don't, do you move on from Tua?
Do you move on from
That's Tua? My hot take. No. Tua will not. This is the last season that Tua wore a jersey.
No, because you're signing to an extension.
You signed it?
You're going to have to sign to an extension to reduce the cap hit.
1 year?
And he's not going to. First of all, the Dolphins aren't going to do that. Second of all, Tua's not going to agree to that.
Tag quarterbacks.
He's not going to agree?
He's not going to agree to a 1 year deal.
I don't think historically Dolphins don't.
No, the only team that franchises quarterbacks is Washington. They did it like 16 times to Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
That's why he has
baby.
That's why he has all the guarantee.
They franchise tag defensive players normally.
Yeah.
Dolphins do.
But
because didn't they do that with Wilkins? They franchised. Was it Wilkins or
they franchised him last year? Didn't they? That was the whole argument we had the previous time.
Or Howard. It was one of them that they.
I think they did Howard too.
Yeah,
because you can do one every year.
They're notoriously for defense only. They don't do quarterbacks or.
But again, isn't Tyreek Hill retaring after next year, anyways?
But it is intriguing in the sense that if they
does he have one more year?
If they do give him a 1 year, that begs the question.
Guys, let's come on. Let's be realistic. They're not.
You're getting franchise tag. What's up?
They're not giving Tua a 1 year deal. Like let's stay within the realm of reality.
Tua, look, how about this? We're going to give you a 1 year deal.
Okay, Miguel, start talking because we're
going to give you a 1 year deal, or what you can do is you can take this 1 year offer, or you can shop. And see what you get out there.
See what kind of Louis Vuitton you get out there.
Because ain't nobody going to draft that. Ain't nobody going to pay that man to be their starter. Would you rather have Sam Darnold or Tua?
You think no one in the NFL would pay him to be a starter?
The Panthers.
So you think out of all, was it 30 or 32 teams, there's only one team that would pay him? You don't think Minnesota would pay him right now?
We don't.
You don't think Minnesota would pay him right now? No, you want to go down this road because you offer this ridiculous. Dolphins are going to get him on a 1 year deal.
Minnesota will pay him. If they, yeah, man. Do you see what Tua did with the Dolphins?
They should just pay Kurt. Right,
bro.
What would you rather? If you're in Minnesota, would you rather pay Kurt or you get Tua?
I'd rather pay less money for Tua than fucking.
Oh,
it's not going to be less money though. It's going to be more guaranteed.
See, we're off topic, guys.
Because you brought up the ridiculous notion that Tua, that the Dolphins would offer him a 1 year deal, and that Tua would be like, you know what?
Go back to
he wouldn't hold out.
You said the Jets that's the most intriguing division, right?
Jets.
I'm saying that's the most intriguing part for me because of the expectation who's going to finish second in the division.
Okay.
Because no one's finishing behind the Patriots.
What are you talking about?
No one's finishing behind the Patriots.
What are you talking about?
Dolphins, Patriots, who's in the middle? That's what it is.
So
Who's in that
can you
sandwich?
imagine if Drake May? Wait, I don't know. They're probably gonna draft Drake May, right?
They're probably gonna be left with Drake May because I think the word
Well, if they
word on
if
the
they draft
street
him,
We're on the street. Oh,
is that
you're on
Jaden
the
Daniels
streets.
is gonna be number 2.
You're on the streets.
If he falls to number 3, they're gonna get a pretty good player. But I think Washington's gonna try and go with Jaden.
All right. So Miguel, do you have one or no? Because I got one. I got
do.
one in the chamber.
I really don't want to hear
do.
one in the chamber after a 1-year contract.
I do
watch
have
my
one.
language on
I
this.
want to know what Miguel's got because I think I know what Miguel's gonna get. But go ahead.
What?
No. Go first. Go.
What?
Go, man.
I am going to go with Green Bay
Oh, no.
and Detroit. I think Green Bay wins that division with Jordan Love.
Woo! That's a good one. The downfall of Dan. They knew they were coming from. Because now they're.
Well, it is true. He already said he's going to fail next year because it's going to be a lot harder next year.
I think
so. At the end, he's going to be like, "I told y'all."
that's the most intriguing rival right there.
That's a good one.
The battle of the Cheeseheads and the Lions. Man.
I like how Jordan Love looked this past season.
I think
I loved it.
Oh God, get out,
bro.
Get out.
You're gonna be demoted from being host.
I
think that's the most.
That's a good one. I do like that. I
because
think
there's potential with Jordan Love. He definitely showed a lot towards the end of the season.
LaFleur
And
he proved he was a real dude.
He
Make adjustments.
He proved a lot of people wrong towards the end of last season to show that he's a legit quarterback in the league. And
not legit enough for Aaron Rodgers though. Crazy.
I think what's intriguing about that too is the Lions are going to be at a crossroads with what to do with Jared Goff, because you're going to have to figure out if you're going to extend him
or the OC.
He's not getting any younger.
Or the OC, because the OC's been turning down jobs.
I think he's waiting for the right one, though, because look at all the jobs that are kind of open now. Like,
that's true.
It's like, oh, you want to go to New England? Oh, do you want to go to Washington? Oh, do you want to go to Atlanta? And it's just like...
He's 29 years old.
Atlanta's a pretty decent spot, though.
You're right. They might extend him, huh?
No, I think they have to. Like, they have to decide if they're going to extend him. That's the problem, because... And what is Jared Goff worth? Because he's done so much for your team, so much for your city, that it's like, are you paying for the past or are you paying for the future? Because they've got talent on the team. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's one of the top wide receivers in the game. You're going to have to pay him.
They do have first
that
round
young
pick too.
tight end that rookie tight end that they had this year.
First round pick, 29th.
29th. I mean,
They could go any route if they wanted to. I think they need more DB help, but
let's remember that
their needs are DB
the
and
Lions
defensive
left.
line.
The Lions finished the last year's draft and got a lot of heat for what they got. But the picks that they did get were very productive picks.
Yeah, they did get some good value picks.
So they do have young.
So maybe they know what they're doing. Apparently,
exactly. So that's
everybody's on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah. You draft Penei Sewell at offensive line. Then you go and you overdraft for Jahmyr Gibbs. Mm. And again, say what you want about it. You've got an all-world. When we were growing up as younglings, when you drafted a left tackle, that was about as surefire of a pick as you could get. Mm-hmm. If you drafted a tackle in the first 10 picks, you knew you had that position set for 10 years.
It's a lock position.
Yeah, you had the Joe Thomases, the Jonathan Ogdens.
Jeremy
Tunsil.
Jeremy Tunsil, yeah.
Wait, who was
Jake Long.
Jake Long.
I mean, he would have been rookie. He would have been good if he didn't tear his ACL like 18 times.
Yeah, he was a stud though.
But when he was on the field, he was a top tier offensive line.
Yeah.
Or you draft Matt Ryan. But again, like that's the whole thing that the GM, the owner, Dan Campbell, that team led by Jared Goff and all these guys, they know their identity. It's as dumb as it sounds. We're going to bite your kneecaps, and then we're going to climb up and bite where Eric's phone just fell, and you got to do all those little things. And then you've got the other side of Green Bay where it's just like history repeats itself. They trade the quarterback to New York, and they've got this quarterback. Oh man, this guy's pretty good too. Now I'm not saying Jordan Love's going to be the second coming of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
but if you can get 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns with rushing ability. Like, they're going to be different now because they don't have, what's his name?
Aaron Jones.
They don't have Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon.
You don't? Oh, I didn't know.
I think they were going to cut him too or not re-sign him or something. Who did they get at running back? I forget who they got.
I don't know. Look it up.
We're on Dana.
I got one for you guys.
Oh, they got Josh Jacobs, which is
a lot of miles on that
a lot
body.
of miles on it, and they're playing. He's gonna be playing in cold weather. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
That's a Southern boy right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do. I got one for you guys. This is the one that I thought you were gonna pick, Miguel.
What?
Texans and Jags.
The Texans and Jags.
Actually, no. That it was between the Green Bay and Detroit, and then the other one was gonna be Tampa and Atlanta.
I need to look at this NFL thing and see if I've any other hot takes.
I do like the Texans got they do have a running back that's got a lot of miles. I think they picked up Joe Mixon. So what the Texans had last year going into this year. What? CJ, and then you look at the Jags side is Trevor Lawrence, obviously he had his injuries last year. Doug Peterson, I think, are you going to lose the locker room? I think this has been the most loaded offensive, or I think the loudest Jags team on the offensive side for quite a while. Colts, they're still doing their thing, and then you have
Gabe Davis was a good signing by them.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So I don't know. I think that was one that I do like. The Texans were a fun team to watch last year.
Yeah, some young studs on defense and offense.
Yeah, man. It's kind of what Alan said before, like with the Lions. They know their identity.
They're poised for a run.
All right, I got another one, but it's not. It's kind of boring. But again, to me, a lot of the intrigue is in expectations. Cowboys, Eagles. Because Washington's not going to be good. The Giants aren't going to be good. But again, this is the weight of expectations. Philadelphia was coming off that Super Bowl run, and they look like barn burners. And I know you guys thought I was like joking when I said I really didn't like Philadelphia. And again, what happened last year doesn't prove me right. But to your point about losing the locker room with the Jaguars, what's going on? What's going on in Philadelphia?
Yeah, they don't.
Kool-Aid tastes a little different this year.
And the Cowboys,
unflavored.
Again, you have Jerry Jones saying we're gonna, all in this year.
Yeah, but he's like a dinosaur. He doesn't know what he's saying anymore.
I know, but again, it's the fan base. Philadelphia is notorious for being, a ridiculous fan base. Dallas Cowboy fan base might be one of the most
delusional.
That's a good word. Delusional fan bases in all sports. So again, you're going to run it back with Dak, CD, Micah Parsons. Yep. Diggs is going to be healthy this year. We'll see how much of a difference that. I don't know if Gilmore's coming back, but
Dan Quinn. They lost Dan Quinn, right?
Yeah, he's on the Seahawks. Remember, he's a coach.
He's a coach of the Seahawks. That's a really weird.
It's a very.
He's not the coach of the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Didn't the Seahawks get the kid from Baltimore?
Mm-mm.
Look it up. No. Look it up.
Who's the kid from Baltimore? Where's he?
Isn't Quinn for the Commanders?
He's the Commanders. Yeah.
He's the Commanders. No, I'm sorry. That was on me. That's on me.
No, but you're right. He's still head coach somewhere, so he's not in Dallas.
Well, but that does play because Dallas.
He's in the same division, Washington.
Oh,
there's the no. But again, you see what I've got a common thread here. Where for me, my most intriguing things are two teams that have high expectations, and again, I don't think we think Dallas is gonna. A lot of people thought they were one of the three best teams last year.
Overachieving
and
team.
We're not. I think we're not going to fall for it this year.
I think I know what your niche is.
Niche,
yeah.
And I say it to you all the time. The Dallas Cowboys are the Miami Dolphins in the NFC.
Whoa.
No, that's true.
They do well.
At least they've won.
And they do well, and they overachieve. They overachieve. That's it.
But I mean, again, like you said, my thing is expectations.
You like expectations. You like storyline going into the season of like. The expectations are, I mean, for me, I also look at what's on the field. Like, how does the Cowboys match up against the Eagles? I think that's a great matchup. I think those two Who do you have winning the division then? Who would you have winning? You think they're going to win one, lose one? They're going to are they going to split it? Or how do you see the division playing out?
As dumb as it sounds, I'm not falling for the Cowboys again. I just think they have a better culture right now than Philadelphia.
Ooh.
I don't think we have the full story of what happened last year in Philadelphia, and I don't think it's going to get any better. Like, you're losing Reddick, you're losing Kelsey, like Sirianni. You saw that.
I think Homeland Security needs to go to Sirianni's house and find out what's going on there. Wait a minute.
What? Wait, what? That's why I just think Philadelphia
we need the tapes.
Philadelphia is more talented. I just think. Oh my god!
Really?
I'm not going to say
Philly. No, I think Cowboys are more talented.
Cowboys
no.
are more talented.
What do you mean? Okay. Who's got a better wide receiving core?
Eagles.
Okay, who's got a better defensive line?
Cowboys.
I'm talking about the whole defensive line, not just defensive ends. Because the Cowboys,
didn't they just
the Cowboys are
Cowboys?
the Cowboys
Yeah,
are literally
right?
Marcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Philadelphia, you have Josh Sweat. You've got you had Reddick, but now you got the kid from the Jets who had 10.5 sacks and he played like 20% of the snaps last year.
Uh-huh.
You have the defensive tackles and what's his name, the two kids from Georgia. The defensive tackles to me on Philadelphia
are better than the
defensive tackles.
Yes. Okay.
On Dallas.
What about DB, like back end? What's your thoughts on that? Because I think.
Well, who else is going to be there with Trayvon Diggs? That's the thing, because.
No.
Because didn't Philadelphia re-sign one of the safeties or whatever that left to Detroit and he came back to Philadelphia? I don't know if he was a quarterback or
they
a
picked
safety.
up this guy from Tennessee, didn't they?
They picked up a few. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're right.
Now, offensive line, I think Dallas still has that. I know there's still talent there.
We have a Hall of Famer, or a Pro Bowler.
So, running back room, we don't even know who the running backs are in Dallas.
Yeah.
So, whoever Philadelphia has is better. And then quarterback, who do you have?
Who does Philly then have?
Who's Philly have at running back?
Because they lost.
Who's Philly have at running back? Let's see.
Let's check it.
But again,
I'm gonna.
Who would you rather have, Dak Prescott or Hurts?
Dak had a good season.
I'm asking you, who would you rather have though?
Dang, that's a good question.
Well, they have Saquon.
Oh, okay, even better. Look, okay. Who's got a better running back room?
That is right. But man, I get where you're split.
The difference is the coaching. That's why I'm saying Philadelphia is better on paper, and that's why I was saying I really don't want to admit this.
Mike McCarthy is better.
That's what I'm saying. I really don't want the culture, the talent on the field for Philadelphia is better. I'm not saying it's astronomically better, but it is better. Like we're talking about like a 92 versus a 90 overall type.
Okay.
The difference to me is going to be the coaching, which is the culture.
It's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's won it.
That's why I'm saying it's intriguing. I'm not saying that there's too. I'm not saying it's. Oh my god. I think that Mike McCarthy is going to lead his team better than Nick Sirianni. When do you have to deal with Jerry Jones all the time? I don't know what's worse, dealing with the Philadelphia Eagles fans or dealing with Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the game's over, he's pulling up his suit and talking up to, listen, folks, I think this is what we did really well here. It's just like, dude, we get it. Like,
all right, well, good sesh, guys. A lot of good storylines going into the season, obviously, and having those division matchups are going to be really good TV watch. A lot of good storylines. Also, the talent that's going to be on the fields. That ends this session. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And don't just press the subscribe button. Smash it for your boy. Have a good one.